Did you know that there's a championship for brewing pour-over coffee? It's called the World Brewers Cup. It's an actual thing, and today I'm going to show you the recipe for the 2017 World Brewers Cup Championship from Wang. Now, when you think of competition recipes, you're probably like, Kyle, it's probably really confusing. I don't have time for that. I got you, because this is a two-pour method, maybe one of the simplest recipes I've ever brewed with. Now, championship recipes are interesting. They're not necessarily a recipe that you'd want to brew every day, but this one might be, or at least elements of it. So today what I'm going to do is start a new series of championship recipe sharing with all of you, new videos on this channel, good recipes, bad recipes, but ultimately I just want to be able to give you this information so you can do with it what you will. We're going to start with a ceramic white V60. This is what Wang used. If you have a plastic one, whatever you have, we're going to use paper filters. More specifically, I'm going to use the 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙙𝙪 V60 paper filters that come in the plastic packaging, but use whatever you have. I'm also going to use a gooseneck kettle. Today I'm going to use the Time More Fish and a scale with a timer built in. I'm going to use a hand grinder today, but use whatever grinder you have. This one specifically is the EasyPresso X Pro, and then coffee. So let's do this. Let's brew this coffee. But first, a quick ad from today's sponsor, which is Standart Magazine. Right now, I'm reading an amazing article called The Seeds of Sustainability, and I want to just read a quick blurb about this article. The coffee seed sector is a network of researchers, genetic conservationists, universities, seed producers, nurseries, and national coffee institutions. If this sector were a car, it would have 2 flat tires, be missing a wheel, and have a tank close to empty. This is a huge problem with implications for the future of coffee. Let's explore this market failure and learn what can be done. Now, it's articles like these in Standart Magazine that just are so informative, so beautiful, with full color prints. And they're not just full color, they're hand drawn often, or beautiful pictures that are designed for every specific issue. Every issue of Standart comes with a bag of specialty coffee from around the world. This one roasted in France, which in Canada, that's just not something I would normally have access to. If you want to check out Standart Magazine, I cannot recommend them enough. They've been so informative and helpful to me, a beautiful supporter of this channel. And if you use the link down below, then you actually support this channel and you get free international shipping and coffee with every Standart Magazine. So use the link down below, standartmag.com/Kyle. And thank you, Standart, so much for sponsoring this video. Now, what we're going to start off with this recipe is taking our coffee and we're going to grind 15 grams of coffee, finer than you normally would for a traditional V60 method. For me, if I normally grind at a 1.5 on an X Pro, I'm going to probably bring this down 2 or 3 clicks just to give it a slightly finer grind. So we're not quite at espresso, but we're definitely finer than what we'd normally brew for a V60. Our next step is to take a server, our V60, add our filter, and we're going to rinse this filter nice and well. Then we're going to add our ground coffee to the filter, and when you do this, try to shake it nice and slow so that you get all the grounds to the center bottom of the cone in the divot. Now, everything to this point is very simple, very straightforward, and very familiar to other pour-over recipes, but this is where it's going to change. We're going to pour 30 grams of water in a circular motion over the bed of coffee, and then we're going to wait for 30 seconds. Now, please don't take the brewer and stir it or swirl it as you might do with other recipes. Just let it be, and at 30 seconds, what we're going to do is take our kettle and in a single pour down the center of the brewer, we're going to pour slowly for 45 seconds up to 250 grams of water. Now, this is very different than other methods. Typically, when we're doing pour overs, we would have a circular motion. We do that so that we can evenly extract all the bed of coffee and ensure that all the coffee grounds are saturated. Now, this method here doesn't do that. Instead, it just pours straight down the center. And this is what makes it so unique and so interesting. And so we want to pour up to 250 grams in 45 seconds, so right under 1 minute and 15 seconds on the timer. Now, after you're done pouring that water, do not take the brewer and swirl it and stir it around to flatten the bed of coffee. This brew method doesn't advise that at all. In fact, what we want to do is just let it drain down, and we're looking for around a 2-minute brew time. Incredibly quick, and that's because we're not agitating the bed of coffee. After 2 minutes, we're going to take the brewer off, and as you can see, we have a concave of a bed, almost like that Star Wars thing that ate Boba Fett. What is that? The Sarlacc pit. And this is completely normal. And is it beautiful? No. Traditionally, this would not be a great sign if we're doing a traditional V60 method that uses like a swirling motion. That means we didn't have a flat bed of coffee. Sometimes that would mean we didn't have an even extraction. Here's my quick thoughts. This is a championship recipe, so should you brew this at home every day? Probably not. One thing I've noticed is there are lower extraction yields on this cup of coffee than maybe I could have got with a traditional saturated brew. That being said, that doesn't mean that lower extraction equals bad taste. Sometimes high extraction doesn't equal good taste. Sometimes coffees actually can flourish and benefit from some lower extractions. And depending on the coffee you're brewing, if you have like a nice natural or something anaerobic, this can really make a coffee pop. And even talking with Lance Hedrick about this recipe, he's tried it himself as well, and he thinks the same things. You know, this does have lower extraction yields, but that can actually benefit a cup of coffee. So really, this is a recipe you should try. Now, what I want to challenge you to do is take this recipe, take a second cup of coffee, and brew the exact same dose, same weight of coffee, so 250 grams of water, 15 grams of coffee, brew them side by side, and then you tell me in the comments below what you experience differently. Do one with a saturated brew, one with this method, which doesn't really have a name. Even in this, I've been getting extraction yields between 18 to 20. And again, you're looking for that 2 minute of drawdown. Anything longer than that, you might want to coarse up your grind. Anything a lot shorter than that, you need to fine up your grind. But the key to this recipe is having a nice fine grind of coffee so that your coffee water isn't just going right through the bed of coffee into the brewer. It's slowing it down a little bit. Obviously, we don't have a lot of agitation. That's the key with this recipe. So are you gonna try this recipe? Let me know if you're gonna do a side by side and what the results are down in the comments below. I'm gonna read every single one. Like the video on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Turn that notification bell on. I love every single one of you. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.